Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
There we go. We don't know what happened to the material. We need an entrance, right? Let's do it again. There we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another great episode of FFC. But with that great episode, look, I can't even turn it off. With the great episode comes something very, very, very special to me. This is actually our third year of running FFC, everybody. 3 whole years of fantasy football from your favorite coach. Yes. And we're going to get better. We're not done. Okay, this ain't no ending announcement. Okay, we just getting started. So I'm very excited for season 3 and what it brings for everybody. It's the same circle of life. Okay, week 1 has started. We got we got starts and sits. We got waiver wire pickups. We got drops, fades, sleepers. We got power rankings. We've got week 1 losers. People got to do punishments when they lose week 1, stuff like that. We got a lot going on. It's just Wednesday. The games aren't quite here yet. Okay, we still gotta wait till tomorrow for our first game, and then Sunday. Oh, Sunday. Oh, the heavens will rain with music for football on that day. I can't wait. I took the day off. I'm not going to work on Sunday. You serious? No. Oh, no. This is a sacred day for me. That's a holy day for me. Week 1 in the NFL. I don't you please. Those requests get put in early. Yeah, that's like a holiday for me. That's like Christmas. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. Right there on the couch. I don't even want to cook crazy. I don't even want to like I'm not slapping no ribs on the grill. I'm not doing nothing stupid like that. Burgers, hot dogs, chips, soda cans, football. I am old school with it. I ain't doing nothing flabber. I'm not doing nothing crazy. Oh, no. Might not even come out my robe on that day. Not come out my robe. But no, it's going to be a great day. I'm excited. I am so freaking excited. Will I be able to stream live and watch the games? Kind of, sort of, yes and no. I'll be able to stream myself, but I don't know if I'll be able to show the game. So I'm going to see how that works out. Because anytime I get to kind of like sit and watch the game and have you guys watch me, that's going to be fun. So something I might try to add this year. We will see. So for those of you that are here, welcome. It's not going to be a crazy show today. This is just basically, hey, welcome back. Season 3 has started. FFC is back. We have returned. We're here for 15 weeks, I think. 15 weeks is I think that's how long fantasy football is. So today I'm here to just answer any questions. If you drafted, if you haven't drafted yet, and you're gonna maybe you drafted today, or maybe you drafted tomorrow before the game starts. Some people wait till the very last minute. I'm here for questions. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here to talk about starting your lineup strategies. I'm here to talk about any waiver wire pickups that you might be looking at. I can't really get into numbers right now on what a player is or isn't going to do. I mean, it's week one. We don't know. A player can step on the field and an ACL can take him out just like that. So he ain't going to have no stats. You had a player, you drafted him, now you got to go to the bench. Pivot. That's all I can tell you, Pimp. Pivot. Week one, there's not much to go on, okay? I can't sit here and tell you who's a sleeper in week one because I don't know. They haven't hit the NFL field yet. I can't call you a sleeper because of training camp stuff or preseason stuff. No. You're trying to keep your job. That's different. You're trying to keep your starting role. That's a little different. Now you got to go up against them A starters. As you're an A starter, let's see what you do, okay? For instance, if you ask me about Travis Hunter, I have no clue how Travis Hunter is going to do. He has Brian Thomas on the other side. I would say if Brian Thomas is basically dragging a double team, Hunter should be open for single coverage. That is plausible, okay? I can't say he's going to have 8 catches in his first game, 5 catches in his first game. He can be throwing the ball 9 times. He might only come in with 4. He's not it. It's a lot of things you got to get used to in week one. So the best advice that I could give for getting your lineup ready in week one is start the best players. This is literally in the order of where you drafted, because if you're putting a bench player on your starting lineup over a starter that you drafted, you wasted a valuable draft pick. Just understand that. So that's the best I can tell you with week one. Now I can't tell you if I like the team that you pick. I can give you a grade. I can give you a draft grade, stuff like that. But today, like I said, today is a simple day. This is just us returning back to FFC, getting back into the norm, getting back into the football norm. You see Coach Tyreone bags bad. So with that, we're just here to reannounce ourselves, get you guys ready for week one. Let's check the comments real quick. What's up, big boss man Joe? How we doing today? Oh, and look here. My man started me off with a great question. What's your value on Tyreek Hill? Well, Joe, before I answer that question, I need to see if my statement is still here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 quick second. The balance. It might have got erased. And if it did, I gotta rewrite it again. It did. Okay. It did. But that's okay. We're gonna put it right back here. We're gonna go right here. And we're gonna put this here. Let's see. Quote. And a. There we go. There we go. Period. Perfect. Let me see. Put that. Go back. All right. Okay. So to answer your question, Boss Man Joe, as referred from the great head coach Mike McDaniel, relationships aren't created in a vacuum of dandelions and daisies. So this was a quote from the great Miami Dolphins head coach. Okay. Within this statement, it was because he was asked about the relationship between said Tua, Waddle, and that one of Tyreek Hill. This was the quote. Now, this is the same Tyreek Hill, like I said, came out a few years ago when he got to Miami. He He was just dangling Tua in front of everybody. It's the greatest quarterback I ever had. He was out here trying to make Tua seem like he was a little bit better than Patrick Mahomes. It was weird. It was weird. Then they didn't go anywhere. They didn't go to the playoffs at all since he's been there. And then his quarterback just can't stop getting hurt in the head. And now all of a sudden he wanted to leave. Then he didn't want to leave. And now Waddle is the clear number one. And it's showing in practice. And now there's a bit of a rift. And this is what we got from that rift. Relationships aren't created in a vacuum of dandelions and daisies. So with that being said, boss man, the value of Tyreek Hill is no more than a 4th, 5th round pick. What that means is he will see a significant drop in performance and play. Tyreek Hill, now, when I say significant, here's what I mean by that. Can Tyreek get 1,200 yards a season? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's not hard. But that's the thing. That's not hard. And if Tyreek Hill, who averages, 1,500, 1,700 yards a season, with about 11 touchdowns a game or a season, he's only going to see probably 6 touchdowns this year. 6. I don't got the Dolphins winning. I don't know why people think they win in 10 games. I don't know what schedule y'all are looking at. And unless some of these better teams just take a nosedive, no, Dolphins ain't winning no more than 7-8 games. Okay. I have them in 3rd place because the Jets ain't winning nothing but 5-6. The Jets look bad. If they start the season with the way I saw Justin Fields throwing that ball at training camp, brother, even 5 yards, but he couldn't get nothing out there. It was disgusting. No. So at least I got the Dolphins in 3rd place in that division, but I got the Patriots and the Bills battling out for that division. Just plain and simple. The Dolphins have no dog in this fight. No, they're going to get hurt. By the way, too, they're going to have some injuries because they have injury issues every season. Only other time I've seen an offense move the way the Dolphins are moving was a Chip Kelly offense, and we all know how that ended. He went back to college and he's successful because that's for them kids. Can't run that kind of offense with these grown men. The bone's different. Sorry, just ain't gonna happen. So my value for Tyreek Hill is for, let's say, for fantasy receiving rankings, I think he's going to stay. He might stay out of the top 10. The top 15, maybe, but he might stay out of the top 10. And that's not good. That's not good. I don't have much of 1,200 yards if he can push, if he can stay healthy, if Tua can stay healthy. And if he can be a bit consistent, but I got him with 1,200 yards and maybe 6-7 touchdowns. If that much. So I'm not big on Tyreek Hill this year at all. Let's see. Yeet, what we got here? Going Tillman or Amari Cooper? Well, here's a funny tidbit. And I think the way we're both looking at it is both Tillman and Cooper are in the same caliber of tier, i.e. meaning you want him on your bench. I want Amari Cooper on my bench. I really feel like him going back to the Raiders is good. He's going back home, meaning this is probably his last little stint in the NFL. Might even be his last season in the NFL. What people aren't looking at is a lot of people come at me when I bring up Geno. But yeah, Geno had the most turnovers. And yeah, they're pass heavy. They couldn't run the ball. I mean, man, you can sit here and blame the offensive line. The boys won 10 games with how bad they looked last year. And think about that. Seahawks won 10 games with a new coach and with just how bad the offense kind of was. I mean, it wasn't Seahawks offense. Okay. I think Geno Smith is gonna be fine with the Raiders. 6 games, but a lot of yards. 6-7 games with the Raiders. The division is tough. Okay. But Geno's going to throw a lot of yards. He's going to throw the ball over there. They're going to have a good running game over there. But now he had, I forgot, well, one receiver he did have, and I just can't remember the name. He's got a good tight end over there, a great tight end over there, matter of fact. And now you add Amari, an aged receiver, but somebody that can give you some leadership on the field, somebody that can get you some nice, quick open passes, get you out of third down situations. I think Amari Cooper going back is good. So if you want somebody on your bench that can average between let's drop that a little bit more. It's between 7 and 12 points on an average basis, right? Meaning you really only need him coming in on a bye week. I'll go to Amari Cooper. Yeah, I think he's a better receiver over Tillman in this situation and of where they're going. They made the playoffs twice and they lost. Okay, that's fine. They made the playoffs twice with Tua, and then they lost twice with Tua with $53 million. Okay, so it almost like they didn't make it because there must have been a wild card because there's no way in hell they had a 4th or 5th round spot or 5th seed spot. So most likely it was a wild card spot. They made it, but most likely they got knocked out because I didn't see them advance anywhere. But they made it. They made it with their 9-10 wins. That's probably what's kept that coach employed is the fact that they did make the wild card. So, but no, I still don't have much. Again, they're trying to make Waddle the number 1 receiver. And with that being said, I don't see Tua averaging 1,500 yards a season. 13, maybe 12. And again, 12 is still good. That's still really good for a receiver. But we're not looking at Tyreek Hill as a top 10, top 5 receiver anymore. That's out the window. How do you feel about the Giants running back, Tracey? The kid is quick. One thing people aren't looking at is the Giants actually do have a good offensive line. They've been working on it for a few years now. Between that and the defensive line, they have been working on it. And depending on, I think it's Russell Wilson that's going to start, and him with a good running back is always it's always great. Like it's always a great duo, right? Because he has somebody he can dump the ball off to that can catch, but also it just opens up a lot for the pass and the run when they work together and sync. I think Tracey is in, for fantasy purposes, at least for the first 5 weeks, he'll be top 10 for the first 5 weeks. When defenses kind of get under their belt, get a little more consistent in stops, he could possibly drop. But his thing, he may not, because ain't that many running backs. It's not that many running backs right now. And if he's good at his job and he can do this, I only have the Giants winning 5 games, but if what I'm seeing in New York is looking good and it actually translates on the field with the way the Giants are just, they're happy, right? It's a weird thing to say in football, but they're a happy team, right? That means chemistry is there, okay? So if they can build off what I'm seeing, same as I said, the Jets. If Jets come out on what I've been looking at that boy doing training camp, throwing that ball, they're gonna die. Period. If the Giants come out with what I'm seeing at camp, be careful. Be careful. They could fight for 3rd or 2nd place in that division. Not sure if they can grab for anything more than that though. But that's good 8-9 wins right there for the New York Giants, and I had them at 4 or 5. So that's a lot coming from where the Giants have come from. That'll save Dabo his job for real. But with Tracey with 8-9 wins, that puts him. If they can win 8-9 games, the New York Giants, that'll put Tracey probably at 1,000+ yards for rushing. So maybe even 1,100 if he's good. If he's great, he can push 1,200, 1,300 rushing yards. But if he's just good and he can go, the offensive line is getting him to move the ball, and the Giants are just, they're good, but they're not a great team. Again, 8-9 wins. Then yeah, that's a good 1,100 yards for Tracey, I think. And I said, what I've been seeing in training camp, he's very explosive. A lot of stuff that I saw last year, same thing. He's very explosive in the backfield. I don't think the Giants missed out on a running back when they got Tracey, so that's good. And like I said, it all really depends on what we see the Giants come out and do as a team. If they can come out and move the ball offensively, he's going to be fine. If they come out struggling and they got to go through quarterback changes and all that jazz, that's bad. Now, Jackson Dart, I do hope he gets to sit the whole season. I hope he gets to sit the whole season. I do hope this switch goes between Jameis and Russell, meaning if Russell gets hurt, it's Jameis that comes in and plays good and, good, bad, how Jameis is. But again, I don't have to win at 9, but not enough that they have to be like, oh, we need Jackson Dart. You're not saving no Giant season. There ain't no Giant season being saved. They're not going nowhere. So don't do that. No. Let that kid, I promise you, if he sits the whole season or two, right, because Russell Wilson and Jameis are pretty much holding down the fort, when it's time for this kid to take over the league, that's exactly what's going to happen, okay? That's exactly what's going to happen. It's because he sat, period, all right? When you sit and you're able to learn, and he's got 2 outstanding teachers, really one. When I say 2 outstanding, he can watch Russell Wilson on the field, but he can learn so much from Jameis Winston off the field, okay? I don't know if Russell Wilson is that teacher type. I think he is more so watch to learn type, which is fine. Not everybody's a teacher. He ain't got to be. But if I can watch what you do because of what you do on the field is teachable, yeah, it still works. You just may not be a vocal teacher. You see what I'm saying? And I think Russell Wilson's just not a vocal teacher. But you can learn so much from his game by simply just watching him. I promise you can. His demeanor, his aggression, he has both. Okay, his what's the word? His no fear in the game. You understand how bad of a season he had with the Broncos, and this man came out and just acted like last week did not happen. Well, how else you supposed to act? You can't cry about spilled milk. Okay, he had a bad season. It happens to the best. It happens to the best. Let's see. Are you concerned with Stafford's injury? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Something I did not hear about, and give me 1 second, and I'm going to let you know right now how I feel about it. Matthew Stafford injury. I got him starting against Houston, but it's a back injury. Okay, well, here's what I'll say about Matthew Stafford. If Matthew Stafford is your quarterback and he's dealing with a back injury, it's fine. They'll give him protection in his back. He'll have shots in his back. He's getting old. He's getting old. There's tightness back there, okay? Here is what I will say to that. Do not start him against good defenses. Don't start him against defenses that can attack the pass. If they're an adequate defense, like Houston's not attacking nobody's pass rush. They don't have a pass rush to me. You can start him against Houston. But if you get going against teams that have an actual pass rush, do not start him because he will get hit and he might get hurt in that game. Okay. So that is where I am with Matthew Stafford. And his injury again, they got him starting week 1, so that's very, very good. They have all the confidence that they can protect him, especially against Houston. Okay. And the Rams have a really good offensive line, so I'm not too worried about that. He's got Devontae Adams to get the ball to. He's got Puka Nacua to get the ball to. He's got he got Kyron Williams. He's got a really good offense. But again, just to be safe, if you have another quarterback against defenses that have a good pass rush, I would not play Matthew Stafford in those games. I would have another quarterback ready to play. What is your take on the Parsons situation? All right. I knew this was coming. Okay. Now I'm going to speak, and some people might like what I have to say. Some people may not. It's as simple as that. I've watched football a long time. I'm 41 years old. Most of that time I've been watching who? Kerry Joe. Now, Jerry Jones was very adequate. I understand the sacks Michael Parsons has every season. Now, Jerry Jones was very adequate on a statement that he made, and that is the fact that they can't, stop the pass or stop the run. Okay, they have no run defense, and it has been stated or shown Michael Parsons against the run is not good. Okay, he's a quarterback attack specialist. All right. Let's go back a little bit in time. Tom Brady has 6 rings. All right. Why does he have 6 rings? He has 6 rings because he's outstanding? No. He had 6 rings because of the way the Patriots ran business. You take a pay cut every season. We have to have a defense every season, a top 5 defense every season, meaning we got to pay some of these guys every other season. You're going to have to take a pay cut, as great as you are. Your running back will come off the free agent or come from, they never get traded. They never trade, Patriots never traded for a running back. Everybody they've gotten has came from free agency to run the football or the draft. Okay? And I think the one they drafted was Lawrence Maroney. Back then. That was it. That was it. They didn't have another running back after that. Everybody else after that. LeGarrette Blount, free agent. Oh, and then in the new era, they did draft running backs again because I forgot the kid that they drafted after that, and he wasn't good. He kept fumbling the ball. I can't even remember his name. But one thing that I noticed about the Patriots, now they pay nobody if you was a wide receiver. You didn't get no check if you can catch a football. You know why? That to them, that is not where they equivalated their dollars to winning a Super Bowl. It just isn't. They looked at it as anybody can catch a football. I can grab you, come play with the greatest quarterback that we ever got, and you can catch football. He went to the playoffs and lost. Don't get me wrong, Brady lost. But let's not forget Buddy went to the playoffs with rookie receivers, the whole slew of them. And they were bad too. They weren't even top receivers. Okay, they were bad. And they went to the playoffs. Nobody got paid either, did they? Nope. The Patriots just did not pay you if you were a wide receiver. Wes Welker wanted to check. Randy Moss wanted to check. And who ended up coming over to the team? Julian Edelman. I can't remember the boy that kept getting hurt for the Rams and ended up coming over to the Patriots, and he was basically missed the playoffs. Okay, I can't remember that dude. He's not Hunter Renfrow. He's almost like a Hunter Renfrow type, but they won Super Bowls without paying receivers. Okay, they kept that defense paid. They knew where to put their money. They knew where their value and picks are. They had their team strategy. They had to respect the Patriots. You knew for a fact if you were a wide receiver and you came over to this team, you weren't getting no check. You came over here to win, is what you came over here to do. All right. Can't stay in the past. I've been watching Jerry Jones a long time. This is Jerry's team. This is not a head coach's team. It's not a general manager's team. This is not a president's team. This is Jerry Jones's team. And Jerry Jones will do with this team as he pleases. As he pleases. Period. 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 I don't care. The man had a post-trade press conference. Who does that? Who does that? But he just made money for the city of Dallas by doing that. He made the believers and the fans by doing that. See, what he was not going to do, he was not going to have a Luka Doncic situation, okay, where the city of Dallas just revolted against the Dallas Mavericks. He was not going to have it. The Dallas Mavericks didn't come out and talk about what they did. And it's not saying that you have to. It's not saying that you have to. This is the man that's been working the media since before I was born. I am 41 years old. You understand what I'm telling you? Jerry Jones has been working this media since before I was born. He knows what he's doing. I'm not saying he knows what he's doing as it equivalates to more Super Bowls. He knows what he's doing as it equivalates to making the Dallas Cowboys just a relevant team in any irrelevant situation. Well, Michael Parsons decided to hold out because he wasn't getting his due. He did what he was supposed to do. The Dallas said they said they did what they were supposed to do. They said they did. But let me explain something to you. 5 years, 205 versus 4 years, 188. Who won? Just saying. And here's the thing. Jerry's contract wasn't a bad contract, but you still getting paid. But that is what he valued in a player who can't stop the run, who doesn't play well against the run. He's great against the pass rush. Absolutely. They need run help. They do. You can run on the Dallas Cowboys. It is not unknown about that. Isn't it an unfortunate trade? Look, in the business of sports, you get traded. Basketball, football, baseball, soccer. This is a part of the game. Holdouts and trades. It is what it is. If you out here buying jerseys because you like that person that came to your city and now he gone and now you mad, what you buy a jersey for? And did you really come and look at the sport and watch the sport and say he's going to be here forever? We going to pay that? No. When? When has that ever happened? Zeke had to hold out to get paid, but he was a running back, something that they damn sure needed. Didn't win him nothing. Dak was the best quarterback on the market at the time when he got paid, and there was a little sympathy for the injury because he didn't get paid during that time. But they needed it. They had to, and there was no other quarterback out there that you can go get. Sorry. And it don't look like you're grabbing Archie Manning anytime soon. So it looks like Dak is your guy, right? All right. So look, Buddy is running an organization, and if you thought Jerry Jones had feelings going into this, you were sadly mistaken. This man is a businessman, okay? Businessman. Businessmen do not have personal feelings. It is about the business. It is about the market. It is about what's best for the market. It is about what's best for the value of their dollar. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. No more, no less. He ain't go out there and cuss out the Cowboys. He explained his frustration with the Cowboys. He did everything right he was supposed to do. What did this do for Michael Parsons? It got him paid by the Green Bay Packers, and it put the Packers in a very, very, very good chance to what? What do they deal with over there? And outside of Philly, they passed the ball in that division. They throw the ball in that division. They run too, but I'm not scared of the Washington's run game. I need to pay more attention to that pass with that quarterback that can run. Okay, I need to pay more attention to Dak because he's got again. Say what you want about Dak, but Mr. Top 10 throws for 4,500 yards a season, 4,300 yards a season. Mr. Top 10 stays top 10. So now they got to pass it. Now that conference in Green Bay can deal with the NFC East because he's familiar with them, but he can also deal with who? Chicago. He will have to mollywop them. He can deal with Minnesota. I told y'all Minnesota ain't doing the damn thing with J.J. McCarthy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Parsons is about to munch on you. And who else is in that weak-ass division right now? That's out of Green Bay Packers. Detroit. Hey, Mr. Golf. You know how you don't like to get hit? Oh, Mark Parsons is about to make you cry. So look, my take on the Mike Parsons situation is in the business, before what I tell you guys, before week 1, this part of the season gets ugly when it has to deal with money, when it has to deal with contracts. I told you guys, I say it every season. This where it get kind of ugly, a little bit personal. But now everybody's walking away happy. Jerry got the draft picks that he claimed he wanted. Green Bay got the player that they traded that they wanted. All right. Now we got to just, as fans, we can see and watch how it plays out. I don't hold no bar against nobody. Trade is a trade. A trade is a trade. Okay. He asked for it. He got what he wanted. He didn't have no trade clause. He didn't come out saying, I don't want to go here. I don't want to go here. He didn't come out talking about something, I want to go to a contender. He said, I just want to be traded. He was just done. He was just done with the Cowboys. His stint was over. This is what happens in sports, ladies and gentlemen. Trades happen. Simple as that. Trades happen. He didn't talk about the player. He held him in high regard. He didn't talk about the owner. He held him in high regard. The only thing he said he didn't like is the situation when he was talking without his agent. And there's a lot of different things going on about this agent. Maybe we need to look into this agent. And where were you? Why is it Parsons can't find you here? Jerry can't find you here. What's going on, agent? So, Parsons situation, I'm actually okay with the trade, to be quite honest with you. And I'm okay with the trade on both ends. I don't think Jerry lost anything. Here's the problem. With Micah Parsons, what did they do? Exactly. So it's not like without Micah Parsons, they're going to get better or worse. They're still going to be the Cowboys that we're looking at 9 games with. I still have them winning 9 games without Micah Parsons. I still have Green Bay winning 11 games with Micah Parsons. Look at that. Nothing changed on either end. I don't have them winning 12, 13 games just because they got a defensive player. No. No. They need to stop the run, the pass rush, and that's what they got. Somebody who can effectively get at the quarterback. It's not going to change their wins from 11 to 14 just because of that, okay? No, that's skill player position, somebody that can get in the end zone. That's a little different. G. Smitty, let's see. Yeah, here we go. My first question. I have Jordan Love in a 10-man standard PPR. All right. With my extra roster spot, do I pick up Chubb, Benson, or Judikins? Ooh, I'll pick up a better quarterback for this week. Lawrence, May, Stroud. Don't touch Stroud. It's 10 men. Got a lot of Tennessee. 10 men leave a lot open in their waiver wire. Let me see something. Starting quarterback for the Houston Texans. No, not quarterback. I'm sorry. Starting running back for the Houston Texans. Looks like it's going to be Nick Chubb. Yeah, so Nick Chubb will start for the Houston Texans. I actually do like that. I think the Texans have a good run scheme. So that's good. And then again, if you're looking for an extra roster spot, who is your – oh, you have Jordan Love. That's right. Who's Jordan Love playing week 1? Who do the Packers play week 1?
The Packers Lions on Sunday at 4:25 p.m. at Lambeau Field.
Yeah, I'm playing Jordan Love that week. I'm playing Jordan Love week 1. On top of that, so yeah, I'm keeping Jordan Love. I do have Trevor Lawrence winning week 1, so that's not a bad pickup if you want to go with Trevor Lawrence. That beautiful receiving core that he has. And yes, I'm adding Travis Hunter into speaking in that high regard. I'm not saying he's going to come out week 1 and go crazy, but again, if Brian Thomas is taking on a double team, Travis Hunter has got to deal with one corner. That's it. And it is really not hard for younger receivers when there's no tape on you to get open. Just saying. So it is between Chubb and Lawrence. And for me, you don't want to run out of a running back. I would go with Chubb. Chubb for me, I want to. Hold on. Because I just saw the other name, and I'm actually excited about the other name too. Hold on, give me a second. What is it? What's that boy's name? What is his name? You know what? I can't remember his name. So, Connor's injury. Not comments. James Conner injury. Let me see. Oh. Who's the Cardinals starting running back? Okay, so it is Connor. Will Trey Benson get more touches this season? I don't know the answer. I'm looking for a specific. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. All right, cool. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Nick Chubb. All right. If you can find another way to put Benson on your roster, put him on your roster. If not, keep your eye close to him for potential drop and pickup swap. Okay. I don't think Connor is going to last all season, but I don't want you to put Benson on your bench and he's not going to get the touches right now. Whereas Nick Chubb is starting for the Texans. It's a great running scheme. And you'll have a more significant fantasy value out of Chubb right now than Benson, but Benson will be a later. He will be a later, beautiful, great value. And I would say, just depending on Connor, that could be between week 6, week 8. So that's what I'm saying right now for Trey Benson, it's a no. Right now for no. Right now it's yes for Chubb. All right. But I want you to keep Benson like on your radar. Like, even if you feel scared you might lose him, and there's just somebody on your team that's like, okay, yeah, you can go grab Benson. Okay. But for sure it is going to be Nick Chubb. Because even Nick Chubb, if you've got two starting running backs that are really good, Nick Chubb is basically your bencher or even your flex option. So, but I would definitely do Nick Chubb. Let's see, full PPR, start 2, wide receiver 1, running back. Here's the list: Worthy, Slim Reaper, DJ Moore, Brian Thomas Jr., Austin Eckler, and Jerome Ford. Let me see something about Austin Eckler real quick. Did Brian Robinson get traded?
According to San Francisco 49ers.
Yes, they okay.
49ers today.
Okay. So I'm actually starting Austin Eckler for the simple fact Brian Robinson is not there. Had all those touches to go on to Eckler, and he's a runner and a catcher. Jayden Daniels will get that ball to him because he got to get the ball out of his hands for certain situations. So yeah, you're gonna enjoy having Eckler as starting in your team. Of course, and the other one is going to be Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, so I'm going Brian Thomas Jr. and Austin Eckler. Yep, those are the 2 I'm starting. Coach, the team better take me to the championship. Cardo, hey man, look, I did not specifically handpick your team. It was 5 of y'all that didn't show up. 5 of y'all. You know how hard that was? I had to draft 5 teams based off best value. Y'all kiss my ass. I'll pay the fine. Y'all kiss my ass. Team better take. You better hope you win 7 games at that team. Now your team wasn't too bad though. Oh, I did forget the damn quarterback. I don't know how I did that. I gave you one. I don't know how I gave it to you, but the second quarterback was not supposed to go where it went. It was supposed to go to you. Again, I've drafted 6 teams, so excuse me. Better take me to the playoffs. Take yourself to the playoffs. Watch me every week. I help you out. Do the Cowboys have a chance to upset the Eagles tomorrow? No. Hell no. What? No. 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 Here's the thing. Here's what I'm telling you. Cowboys have two good receivers. They have Javonte Williams as their running back. So that's gonna suck because the Eagles have a outstanding. Go ahead, try to run the ball in the defense. You try averaging 58 yards on that Eagles defense. Go ahead. You have a good time trying, okay? And even mind you, I'm not even bringing up Saquon, not bringing up the man AJ Brown, not bringing up none of that. You got to get that ball in between A, B, and C. 0, 1, 2. However you look at it, you got to get in between them gaps. You're not doing it against that Eagles defense. That Eagles defense was strategically put together through the draft, not even through free agencies. Do you know how young and agile all them 300-pound, 278-pound legs are? Good luck. Them all drafted players, buddy. All of them on that line, okay? All that trench, they all came from college. Only people you got to deal with is them old heads in the backfield. And obviously, by getting to the Super Bowl as many times as they did and even winning one, with that secondary, I think the Eagles are just fine. I think the Eagles are just fine, buddy. The Cowboys upsetting the Eagles in week 1. I can't wait to put a parlay in for that game. No, Cowboys ain't upsetting nobody. They upset themselves. With the mockery they've made themselves. The only inquiry that the Cowboys actually had was George Pickens. Steelers got a better acquisition with DK Metcalf, and y'all know how I feel about him. He already had CD Lamb, so I'm not looking at George Pickens. Is it a great like combination? Yeah, they got a 1-2 punch. It's to pass the ball. To what? Make Dak another top 10 quarterback? That's about it. That's about it. You're not winning the Super Bowl. You're not going to the Super Bowl. You're not making the playoffs. You might make the playoffs. You might. If you could slip 10, 11 wins in there in second place, you might make the playoffs. But let's say no. You're not going no more than that. The Cowboys, I'm sorry. And I'm not ragging on them. I'm not ragging on them at all. Not at all. No, not at all. But I mean, you traded away a 12-sack a season player, and you got the acquisition of paperwork for that player, to which you cannot use until next year's draft. So it's not like you got rid of something and equated it to something physically this year. No. Physically this year, again, 8-9 wins. No playoffs. And that 8-9 wins ain't. Oh, and by the way, you tell me last time you saw Cowboys win in week 1. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I know, man. I know. I couldn't wait to get y'all because y'all gave me hell. Shit. And coach will do it again. I ain't worried about. Look here, I would rather draft y'all's team than auto draft y'all's team because y'all have been more pissed. I'm sorry. You would have had 3 kickers on your team. You would have. I'm dead serious. You ever had actual auto draft? They literally go by value or by value draft order. Like if 3 kickers are in line for your pick, guess what you getting on your team? Because that's the dangers of everybody else picking what they want and you getting what's left in order. See, I stayed away from that. I said could have had 3 defenses on your team, but no, I helped you out. Could have had Lions, Bears, Tigers, could have had all that, but no, I hooked you up. Okay, Coach, I'm winning back to back. I gotta look at your team again, Kev. I gotta see who you got. Because your team wasn't too bad. No. I forgot where you picked. I gotta go back and look. I forgot. I didn't do the draft grades. That's my bad, guys. I did not. No. I didn't need to. Y'all get it to Carl. Good job, Carl. Clipping this. Appreciate that, my boy. Diggs is back. Let me tell you. Okay, cause see. No, my number one cornerback, he got slack because he had the most takeaways in the NFL. He had the most touchdowns as a corner, but because he gave up 26 yards, it's not like you scored on him, but because he gave up 26 yards to catch or something to receive or some crap like that again, like because some stupid crap like that, he basically, because you can throw it on Ashanti in some fashion. Okay, I said Ashanti Samuel wasn't that good because Revis just let nothing get mad at. He had less interceptions, he had less tackles, but because his presence could stand there and not allow you to throw the ball over there, he was somehow better. Okay, that's fine. So, though Trayvon Diggs has a lot of turnovers, guess what? He gets his ass, I'll pay the fine, aired out by quarterbacks. So, that don't mean nothing to me. It ain't winning the Super Bowl. Diggs being back, so what? He'll have 7 interceptions for the season, maybe even more, maybe 10. But he's still gonna cough up 400 and something yards to receiver. Yeah, that's what y'all said about Ashanti Samuel. He had the most in all them categories, but y'all held on to the fact that you can throw the ball on him. So guess what? Where you think I'm gonna go? I'm gonna be petty about it. Trayvon Diggs I'm not gonna say, but I'm not gonna bring up his brother. No, I ain't gonna do that. He's good. Don't get me wrong, and he can turn the ball over. Yes, he can, but he can also get beat by receivers at the same damn time. So no, that doesn't do anything for me for that defense. Because why? They need to stop the run. He ain't no running stopper. He can barely stop the pass. He can go up and take it away. But if you running around on Trayvon Diggs, you beating him on that route. You know what? And I'll be honest with you. I think Trayvon will be better off as a safety. I think you would get more production out of him if you put him in the open field and let him cover an entire zone. But if you let him cover somebody man on man, let that man be fast. He's gone. My trade. Let's see. Hey, coach, I flipped my team already. Go check my current roster. Forget that. I do. Okay, I do. I'm gonna go look at their roster when I get a chance, and see what. Because I know that's what. Look, I keep telling y'all too. I don't know. Y'all do this to yourselves every single year. Sometimes I think Kev draft the way he drafts just to bait y'all to trade. I promise you, I think you do, because it happens every single time. And I tell y'all to stop doing it, and y'all don't want to listen. And it ain't to hate on Kev. It ain't even to come at Kev. It's just y'all ain't learned yet. Y'all haven't learned yet. Stop trading with this man. He is lit. Every move Kev makes, it is I don't want to, you know what? Because I ain't trying to give out Kev strategy like that, man. I ain't trying to do Kev like that. I'm talking too much. I know what he's doing. Because I say it every year, and that's the thing. I actually have put his business out there before and have told y'all what he's doing, and you still let him do it. So you know what, Kev? I'm gonna look at your roster, and if it is what I think it is, yeah, you might be a two-timer. Because they don't listen. I tell y'all to stay away from this man and his trade. I tell you that. Y'all don't want to listen. He knows what he's doing. He's learning from it. You seen the general manager in Philly? All I've heard since I met Kev is how he's talked and put in high regard of Howie Roseman and that Eagle organization and what they do and how they put things together. And let me explain something to you when they equate to fantasy football as a GM. Did you not think this man was going to actually put the same caliber of ingenious in his own style of life? So, yeah, Kev, you might do it. I didn't really get to pick my squad this year. Yeah, no, Mark, you had a rough, I ain't gonna lie to you. You had a really rough draft. You had a really rough draft. That's why I didn't move. Like when you, even though the clock was running, I let you still make your pick. I trust me. I understood the situation. It was rough. It was rough for you. You might come out of this not in last place. Teddy, you got a roster. Teddy, don't fail. And I hope you ain't give somebody up to somebody and take somebody. I got to go look at everybody's roster now. I need to make sure Teddy kept everything together because now I'm going to lose my mind. Where do you rank JD5 amongst quarterbacks for fantasy? Right now, I do have him out of the top 10 right now. And it is all because, and this is where I could be completely wrong because it doesn't happen to everybody. It does not happen to everybody, okay? But he could hit a sophomore slump this year. And if he hits a sophomore slump this year, his passing yards could stay the same. His touchdowns could stay the same as they were last year. But I think that will keep him right at like the top, right within the top 15 at quarterbacks. I wouldn't put him in the top 10 yet. Maybe by week 5, if he's consistent in winning, and if Washington is looking good all season, yeah. Right at week 4, week 5, then we can rank him top 10 most likely. But right now, I have him right outside the top 10 at like 12, 13. Kev trash, he got lucky last season. No, he didn't. No, he did not. I promise you. Let me tell you about Kev. See, nope, I'm gonna have to clarify that for y'all right now. Right now. Me and Kev, we talked last year. You understand what I'm telling you? He explained, because I got on him about his draft last year, and he came at me and explained to me his entire strategy and what he planned on doing with those players for trade. Like, he had no intention of keeping half that team last year. And what happened? And I came out and told y'all, don't trade with Kev. Kev got a plan. Don't do it. I know his draft grade is bad now, but do not trade with this man. And that was after a flop draft that I messed up last year. So no. Kev had a strategy from the draft and for what he was going to do with all those players throughout the season. No. He took that championship. I promise you he did. And what made it worse, Kev started off losing the season. And if you look at his points, it was like I said, it was the weirdest thing in the world. If you scored low, he lost. It was his team just couldn't outscore your team. The weirdest thing. If the score was high, he beat you. I don't know why it was like that, but that's what made me scared. Like, y'all be careful playing against Kev, because with his roster, it's weird with the way this roster is set up and the moves that he made, he gonna mess around and take the championship. And that's exactly what he did. I told y'all to stay away from Kev and his trades. I said it. He had a plan. Y'all didn't listen. His plan worked. Dude was a champ. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, this wasn't luck. This wasn't by happenstance, by coincidence. No. Kev had an entire strategy. He had an entire strategy. And when he explained it to me, and all I could do was, I was like, damn, well, I mean, I told him, if it worked, you're going to be a champion. He didn't guess. He wasn't sitting back like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do it like that no more. I'm going to change my mind. No, whatever he said he was going to do to take that championship. And this was before week 1 even started. This is after the draft. Okay, he didn't make the trades yet, but this is, as he said, this is the trades he was going to make. These are the plays he was going to have on his team. He said his roster will not look the same. And he is making the same statement this year. And what I'm going to tell y'all to do is, well, I can't now. Y'all not already made trades. Kevin, my team was on the same time. And you know what? What's funny about your team, Tomo? You didn't have to make the trade. That's what makes your team dangerous. You didn't have to make the trade. Because Tomo, the fantasy gods literally were they had him in a bowl of that. You ever just seen butter so perfectly melted? That's what they had. That's how they had Kevin. And then they drowned him in that butter. That's why you can't rely too hard on the fantasy. But here's the thing: when the fantasy gods have your team, ain't nothing you can do. You gotta let go. You gotta let go and let God. You gotta let him take the wheel. Okay, you gotta let him take your team and just do what he want with it. Okay. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! All right, so look, again, today was just an easy welcome back to fantasy football. Welcome back to FFC. It wasn't nothing too crazy. Again, I don't really have much for, unless you ask me about your lineup. Yeah, all I can really tell you if I think it's good, like I don't know what that lineup is necessarily going to do. If all the players, if you got all the right names and all the right positions, yeah, you have great teams, A+. If you got a bunch of Anthony Richards running around your team, well, no, you're gonna lose. I'm gonna tell you, Anthony. Hey, look, what I tell y'all. I don't know if y'all were here in the summer. I don't know how many of y'all was here in the summer, towards training camp area. I don't know how many of you were here during FFC position ranking and FFC player drafting. Okay, player draft ranking. I don't know if you are ready for them. If you guys were here for those, but if you were not, I'm going to recap you real quick. I've said Anthony Richardson was trash since he got into the league. Then I found out Daniel Jones ended up on the Colts. What did I tell you? I forgot who it was. Somebody asked me because they had running back for the Colts, right? And I looked that man dead in the face through this camera, and I said, with the current state of the quarterback situation, if Daniel Jones takes this team by week 1, which I think he will, because that's how bad Anthony Richardson is, that running back is going to have a great season. Who is the starting running quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts? Daniel Jones. Yeah. So this guy who played like crap for the New York Giants, which I'm not pulling solely on Daniel Jones. There was a whole debacle. But this kid who played like crap for the New York Giants, right, just walks into training camp for the Indianapolis Colts and takes the job. First of all, that job was already his when he came. Sorry. Sorry. Why? Because Daniel Jones can actually throw the football and he can run. So he's like a better version of Anthony Richardson. Weird, right? It's weird. But he is. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. Thank you, Joe. So Jonathan Taylor, that's what I'm saying. Jonathan Taylor will have a great season if Daniel Jones takes over from week 1. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Because I had no faith in Anthony Richardson playing quarterback this year. None. Not when I found out that Daniel Jones was on that team. If there was anybody else in the backup, maybe if they give, depending on camp and all that stuff. But Daniel Jones, no, they came over there. He came over there to take that job. And that's exactly what he did. I'm sorry. Everybody has come over there and taken that job. Joe Flacco came over there and took that job. Phillip Rivers can come out of retirement right now and come back to the Colts again and take that job. That's how bad that kid is. He's not playing football ever again. Get that through your heads. He'll be a backup and he'll have to come in if somebody get hurt. But this kid will never start an NFL football game ever again. He is bad. He's very, 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 very bad. You coaches who take these young kids with these legs and use them for your wins, screw every single last one of you, because you ruin this kid's development and he should not look like this. He should not. I've seen flashes of what he can do. Flashes. Which means you all have taken those flashes for your benefit. You've only made him a flashy player because his legs is what you abused and used for some cheap touchdowns, for some cheap wins. You didn't teach this kid how to sit in the pocket and play quarterback properly. You didn't teach this kid how to take an L from a hit. You didn't teach this kid nothing. So now this is the product of what we got. What did you? And I blame every coach from his kids' youth to college. You all basically abandoned him. You did. You abandoned this player. And you do it a lot. You do it a lot. They come in with one good skill that for your eyes, oh, we're going all the way. You don't teach this kid nothing else. So now this fakeness that you built got drafted. And NFL, look, yes, these scouts come out and watch a player. They can't see what's in practice every day. Okay. And unfortunately for me, college football does not highlight what a player can and cannot do to equivalent to an NFL football field. It just doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. Yourself, you and what you put in, the work that you put in as a player, as an athlete, that is what translates to the next level. And unfortunately, if you're not aided in that in college or in younger years of sports, you're not going to develop that kind of hard work ethic and determination as you become older. You're going to rely on what they let you rely on this entire time. That's just coach's little TED talk. But, well, we'll use that as coach's word of the day. Do better with these young kids. There's no way Anthony Richardson should have come into the NFL looking like this. No way. Do better with these kids, coaches. Do better. Or do I have to? Hey, man, I appreciate everybody that came by and enjoyed FFC. Season 3 is here. FFC is back. I appreciate all of you that have come. Where's my banner? Where's my banner? We're going to send you off with one last hoorah. From the great words of Mike McDaniels. Relationships aren't created in a vacuum of dandelions and daisies. Love you guys. Coach is out.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.